And then we also oversee conversion roads, so taking tar and chip roads, converting them to hot mix. I know I get a lot of questions about that. We're actually going to be doing an article in the Cape Gazette kind of addressing that. So to qualify for that program, you have to have a traffic count of 500 cars per day or greater. The reason for that policy is because tar and chip costs about $17,000 a mile to do. A hot mix job costs about $225,000 a mile. Another thing we've done, we're now sealing the top of the chip seal, so you'll see it looks like a hot mix road now. We're basically, people say we're painting the road black, but we're actually adding an asphalt to the top. A lot of people think that, you know, we've come and sprayed the tar down, but we haven't covered it with stone. But this is a new technique we started probably 2 years ago. It really helps us, you know, if we make any mistakes with a chip seal, it actually helps seal more stone in by coating it with that asphalt on top. So it's a hard asphalt that sets up real fast, so you can drive on it. And I know bicyclists like it because they can now ride on the rural routes. Our tar and chip program, we've learned a lot in the past 3 years. We've drastically changed our tar and chip program. We've had a lot of issues that we found. We were doing a lot of things wrong for many years. So we've drastically changed that program. I know we didn't always sweep loose stone, and we got a lot of loose stone complaints. We just bought a new piece of equipment this year that should allow us to sweep the roads the day of, and then spray it with a fog seal to try to really hold down that stone. We've started this pilot program where we're actually going and fixing the rideability of the roads. You know, we understand that the cross slopes are greater than 6%. We try to shoot for 2%. Some of them I've seen that are 11%, 12%, and I mean, obviously it's hard to keep your car on the road, and that's just years of building up tar and chip the way, you know, that you do chip. So, you know, we have started a program down here where we are going and fixing those, but, you know, we have 600 miles. We can't get to every road in 1 year. So the way that we've started the selection is we do have a program where there's lasers basically on a van. It measures the shock travel, so it measures how much the tire has traveled per inch over so many miles, and then it also measures the cross slope, and then it takes some other cracking and stuff like that into consideration. So it's using these lasers to measure all that, and we've taken that data and we've added a weight to that plus the traffic counts per day. So obviously, the higher the traffic, the higher the truck traffic. That's the roads we're focusing on first. So we're basically creating a formula and putting that all into account, and that's how we're selecting the roads by higher priority to lower priority, and we're working down that list. We're working on a lot of new innovations and techniques to save taxpayer dollars. We got a lot of neat things on the horizon. Just going back to chip seal, we last 2 years ago we actually started using milling. So when they mill up the old roadway, that stone that we get from that, we actually started chipping with that stone. So right now we have no local stone in the state of Delaware. There's no quarries. So we ship all that in from north of Philadelphia. And, you know, we pay $16 a ton for the stone, but we also pay $16 to ship it down here. So stone is very expensive for us. So we thought, hey, we have stone right here in our roads. That's our local quarries. When that comes in, we'll take it and send it to the yard, and we'll start chipping with that. So we're getting basically free stone. We're not full scale with that yet. We want to make sure that we didn't have any issues. So it's been down for 2 years now without any issues. So we're looking to expand that once we get enough stone in the yards to go full scale, and we figure that's going to save us about $2 to $3 million. per year.
The road that we're talking about, the one we live on, how much would it cost to have one yellow line put in the center? I mean, that road's dangerous, especially at nighttime, because it goes off like this, and because it's not so terribly wide, what would it cost just to have one yellow line put in the center for safety?
So DelDOT's policy, I don't know how it came about, was any road over 500 cars per day gets stripes. Under that is not. Striping is actually very expensive. I'm trying to remember what the last we spent. I think it's around $3 a foot. I might be misquoting that. So, that adds up very quick. I don't know if that's something that should be looked at. We can definitely run it up the chain, because I know you're not the only complaint I've gotten about that.
Safety part.
Just as Matt mentioned, we're investing about $1 billion in Sussex County infrastructure over the next 6 years. So there's going to be a lot of work happening to improve our roads, make them safer. That's our goal. We know it's the fastest growing county. There's a lot happening here. We want to make sure that we're doing everything we can to support the residents and make sure that we've got an infrastructure system that's able to accommodate the growth that's happening. Just want to plug quickly, we do have, for those of you that have smartphones or computer access, we do have a DelDOT app. If you have a pothole, if you have a drainage concern, an issue, one of those items that Matt was just mentioning, it takes 2 minutes. You can fill that out, submit it to us. We'll get on it promptly. Also, feel free to, obviously let Jesse know. He'll get the word to us. We're happy to, get that feedback. Sometimes we don't know about things as quickly as you're seeing them in your daily commute. So please let us know. That's what we're here for. If we can help address that, we're also, our number is 760-2080. That's the quickest way to reach one of the community relations team.